All right, so this should be streaming. And I will let you know when I'm live. And that way you can also share it with your team members. And if you don't see any of it, some of your team members on, you can text them and say, hey, girl, where are you? Okay, so I'm going to talk about different strategies or ways that you can grow and expand in your business. Let me stop share. So I'll tell you some of the things that has worked for me over the years. As you guys know, I had a crazy schedule working in corporate. Some of the days I would work 12 hours, but I was still able to expand and sprinkle in as I went along. The first thing, if you don't have a website, your Mary Kay website, you got to set that up. That's one of the first things. Because a lot of times people are going to ask you, hey, so do you have a website? Because they want to know, are you serious about your business? Having a website indicates that, yes, you're serious about your business, but also I had a lady today that called me. I missed the call, and she messaged me on my website because she had that from my product. I put the label on. So that's one of the things, your website. You got to have your website set up. You have to have some type of contact. So voicemail, is your voicemail full? On your phone, can they contact you on your phone, on your cell phone, or whatever other methods you have, home phone, cell phone? If your voicemail is full, that is not good. And I've had this experience with myself and with others. So clear out some of those voicemails that you don't need anymore, so you can leave space for people, customers. If you miss their call, they can leave you a message, or sometimes they will send you a text, but sometimes they'll want to leave your message, right? So that's some of the things. That's some of the way to grow and expand your business. Have these things in place. The other thing, when you have a customer that purchases or registers, when they register on your website, Mary Kay in Touch automatically saves it, which is amazing, right? They make it so much easier for us. I hope you guys are taking notes on this. But if not, if you acquire a customer otherwise, like say you do a skincare session and now you have that person's information, their phone number, their name, their address, put them in your Mary Kay in Touch, because guess what? When you have them on your VIP list, what did we have just recently? We had the PCP. So what I do, I'm able to send those customers the catalog. I'm able to send them the free samples that the company provides. And so if you're hearing me and these are tools that you're not utilizing, I'm going to say utilize it, ladies. This is a way you can expand your business even though you are busy. The other thing that I think we really have to catch on to, which probably a lot of people haven't caught on to, is your social media presence. So are you showing yourself using the products, whether it's a lipstick, a lip gloss, an eyeshadow, something? Are you showing yourself using the actual item, not just a picture of the product? Even if you do a picture, that's okay too, but you may have to put an explanation. I find that people respond more when you put a little blurb or explanation about your post. But I also find that when you show yourself using the item, you're going to get more people believing in it because they say, oh my God, her skin looks amazing. What is she using? I'm not just preaching about Mary Kay. I'm also a user head to toe of the products. And so if you're not using the products, I say, get on Mary Kay head to toe. Stop going to the other stores, Amazon and all of that, when you can buy it from yourself. I mean, why are you doing that to your business? You can buy these products from yourself. So why not support your own business? And when you do that, you will see your business grow. The other thing that I do is I label my products. Well, I don't do it personally. I have somebody that does it for me. But I promise you that labeling your products, because that person, you may have given them your business card, you may have assumed they're going to call you, but that person may have lost your business card, misplaced it. How many times have somebody given you their business card and you misplaced it? And have had people run out of products. They may have gotten this as a gift and they love it so much, and now they ran out of it and they're like, oh my God. And they said, oh yeah, the label is on the bottle. I've had this many a times. I'm telling you, many a times. So if you're not putting labels on your product, if you don't have leads, I would say go and reorder. They are inexpensive, and you can get two big rolls for minimal, I think like $18. It's pretty cheap, and it lasts you such a long time. So those are some of the key. Anybody else want to share anything? Any that they have done that to help and grow their business, and also to offer great customer service?
Well, I think one of the things as it relates to growing the business is something that you have championed as well, Kenesha, which is in your exchange with the customer is to, where possible, take their information. So sometimes it's not a repeat business, it's a one-time person you met, you're in the mall doing a holiday December sale, or and you've made that sale, or you're just going about your business and someone stops you and asks you about the product that you're using, and you tell them it's Mary Kay or whatever, and you get a sale. If they're not reluctant, ask for their information so you can follow up with them, which is what I've been doing, and just really also as it relates to customer service is following up with my clients after they've used the product to see if they're satisfied, how they like it, if there's anything else I could offer them. And they're really blown away by that.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's the one thing that we have advantage over the Amazons, over the Macy's. What do you have that makes them, like, you want your customers to be begging to stay with you? And I've had that. So like Chilean said, we're following up. So once somebody, it's not just okay, I'm selling them my product and buy. You genuinely have an interest in the person, because you know what? That is how I have met some of my best girlfriends. That is how I've met some of my future patients or people that I've helped along the way with other things. So how can you build that connection? And that is one of the ways, is by following up and said, hey, like I just got off the phone before I got on this call with somebody that I met in when I went to Jacksonville, Chile, and that lady that's a switchboard operator. And she has other stuff going on. And she came in my thoughts. I called her to check on her to see how she was doing. And so when you have customers, take a personal interest, because Amazon doesn't care. They're not calling them and saying, hey, girl, just wanted to check on you, making sure you're okay. Or if they're sick, or, they don't do that. So you can do that and offer service with a smile. So you get to know them on a personal level. The other thing that Chilean mentioned, I know she said the follow-up, getting their information. So I've had people that I give them my card, but sometimes we don't have that exchange happening. And so if you have that exchange, you can reach out to them. And that was one of the ways that one of my consultants became good friends with this gentleman, where we were in the mall and we were handing out samples with our cards. And she gave the person the sample and the card. And I said, hey, but what about his information? And she's like, oh, he has it. I said, no, you want to get his information as well. And guess what? Now they're best of friends. And so he could have lost that card. And I don't assume that people throw it away. He could have lost the card. He could have misplaced it. He could have said, what was the name of that lady again? I don't remember. What was that business? I knew I met her in the mall, but I can't remember the name of her company. And so these are just great ways to connect with people. The other way to grow and expand your business is ask your customers for referrals. Now, one of the things I have personally offered, when I get referrals from my customer, when the person makes a purchase, it doesn't matter how much they purchase, I give that client that referred them to me a $10 gift certificate to shop in my store. So if they send me 10 people and those 10 people make purchases, they're getting, 100, right? They're getting that amount of Mary Kay products from me, or that discount. And I totally believe in that, because honesty is the best policy. And I totally believe in giving back and thanking them for referring people to me. And so I've had people that will refer people, and then they'll say, how much am I up to now total? And then they end up placing a big order, or they end up becoming a consultant. So these are just ideas that you can use to expand and grow your business and take your business everywhere you go. How do you take your business everywhere you go? I'm taking it with me. I don't have my business card, but I have business card. And Chilean, I learned something from Chilean, where Chilean's always carrying her black bag. And you know what, Chilean, the other night, I was at an auction and a client, a new client, she didn't know her foundation color. Her old consultant was there. She went to her, she said, what's my color again? Do you know I had the products on me?
Awesome.
I had everything that Chilean, I said, Chilean, I talked to her about her black bag, and one time she took it out because I said something, and she said, you know, I shouldn't have listened to you. I'm putting back my black bag. I'm taking it where I go. So anyway, I laughed about that because it is good to have something on hand, even if it's a tease box or tease basket where you can have stuff for people to try. Catalogs. I'm telling you, I decided I wasn't going to run out of catalogs. I think I ordered like 4 packets of 10 or something of the sort, because what I was finding, I was running out of catalogs, which is a good problem to have. And so they don't cost a lot of money, but it's a great way because people like to touch and feel. I know that we live in a digital age right now, but people want to touch and feel. And so have a couple of catalogs with you in the car so that you can give them, be up to date, have some of the latest catalog. If you haven't used up all the old one, use those up. Every time somebody places an order, or when I'm doing a basket, I make sure my catalog is there and I make sure my business card is there. And sometimes I'll even throw in one of those $10 gift certificate cards that I have in that basket. Chilean?
Yeah. Yes.
You were going to say something?
No. I'm just listening.
Okay. Because I noticed you unmuted. Okay. So right. So the catalogs is a big deal. And then the electronic catalog, I keep those handy on my phone. And what I would say is have like a little in your phone, have a note section where you save some of those links. Like one of the things I save the foundation finder. And that's where when somebody's not sure what their foundation is, I can send them the link, answer the questions for me, and that can tell you what your foundation is. Follow up with your customers. Like I had a customer, I knew that she should be getting close to finishing her products. So usually if you're using your products on a regular basis, by month 2, you should be done. And so I follow up with them and I'll say, hey, I know that you ordered a couple months ago, just wanted to know, is there anything that you're running low on so I can get that sent out for you? I had a lady that messaged me. She said, you know what? Get back to me the first week in April. And you know what I did? I put a note in my phone. I sent the message to her the first week. Actually, the 2nd of April, I sent her a message and she placed a big order. So are you doing those things? Are you keeping a track of the customers, right? When did they last order? Okay, they should be running low. Check in on them. How are they doing with their skincare? If there's any new releases, I know that there's one of my clients, she loves perfumes. Any new releases, I reach out to her and said, hey, I'm not sure if you know, but there's this new release of blankety blank. Or I had a lady that loves hand creams. Doesn't matter. She's an addict to hand creams. And so when any new hand creams came out, which we recently had some amazing one that came out, I reach out to that customer and I say, hey, I know you love hand creams. These are the new releases. How much would you like? And so these are ways to continue to expand and grow your business. And also you're getting more people using the skincare. Do you send your customers gifts for the holidays or a card for Christmas? Or, if you don't celebrate Christmas, do you send them a New Year's card and say, just wanted to say a thank you for being my customer? And these are, by the way, I'm recording this so you can always go back later if you did miss some of it. Welcome, Amy. So are you sending your clients cards? Now, if you don't have time to do that, if you don't have time to send out the cards, guess what? Have somebody like a teenager in the neighborhood, if you don't have any kids, have a teenager come and help you out. Have them go into Mary Kay in Touch and put the address of your customers on it, and you can just sign a little note in the card and send that to your clients. These are these tools that I've used? Yes. The other thing I do have somebody now that helps me with the birthdays and the anniversaries for my clients. You can offer your client, it's your birthday month, so I'm going to offer you 10% on anything you order this month. You can do that too. You can do that as well. Lead events, getting out there, having a table set up, like I had at the auction, or there's a bridal event coming up in August. You know, lead events is a great way to go and meet people, get in front of people. So what are some other lead events you can ask for Mother's Day? You can, if you go to a local bank, you can ask them, hey, is it okay if I hand out roses for Mother's Day to your clients? And you can have a setup. And if they choose to enter for any drawing or anything that you're giving away, they can do that as well. You can do lead events at restaurants for Mother's Day. A lot of restaurants like to do Mother's Day recognition. So what if you partner up with them and you'll say, okay, so this is probably chili, and you can probably have your lady that does the jerk thing. You could do this, hand out roses to all the mothers, you know, all the way up until Mother's Day. She's doing anything that Friday. So that's another option. Find a restaurant and talk to the manager, ask for the manager and ask them if that's okay for you to come and set up a small table and do that as mom recognition or mom thank you. So those are just different ideas that you can use to expand and grow your business. Anybody else want to share some different things they've used? I know it's a lot of information, but you can always go back and look at that information as well, because it is on YouTube. All right.
I have a question. I have a question. You mentioned, I know you do that quarter auction, you know, each month. How would you go about finding like where people have things coming up like that? Like they had one in Winthrop, Massachusetts, but it was too far and I didn't give myself enough time because I didn't know about it. But how do you go about finding that? Any idea?
Yeah, great question. So a lot of times when you go on Facebook under events, they will show you upcoming events in your local neighborhood. The other way that you can find events, you can find, you could become a part of your local chapter, like the Chamber of Commerce. They will tell you upcoming events. I am a part of, well, I do get the emails from the Chamber of Commerce for Wellington. And so I know the upcoming events for Wellington. So that is one way you can learn. So Facebook is a way to learn about upcoming events. You can look for bridal events. The summer is coming up, and during that time, you usually have a lot of bridal events. Facebook, I mentioned. You can go on Instagram to look and see if there's any upcoming events there. Anything at the fairgrounds, Eventbrite. Let me put some of this in the chat. So Facebook, Eventbrite. They usually have events there. And then you can sign up for those events ahead of time. Chamber of Commerce. Bridal events. So if you go on Google, you can even look up like bridal shows or bridal events coming up. The fairgrounds. So if you have like a fairgrounds close by to you, you can also look up and see what upcoming events are going on there. And they'll tell you that we have vendor spots available. So
your city's website.
Yes, thank you, Chillian. City's website, yes. Will give you upcoming. So and you can map it out and say, how much time, how many events can I do per month or per week? And so that is a great way to get leads, but also to showcase your stuff. Show them the products, like have demos, have samples for them to try. And so even if you don't have the sample packets from Mary Kay, what I did the other day for somebody, they don't have the boosters in the samples. So I bought these little sample containers from the dollar store, and I was able to put that in there and seal it for her to try it. So, you know, having samples too, that is another way to grow your business, especially when you go to events, having it for people to take with them. They could try it right there on the spot. You can even do the analyzer while you're at this event. You could do the scanner, the facial analyzer, and that will tell them this is what is going on with your skin and this is what we recommend. So that these are just, you have so many great tools, you guys, to expand and grow your business. Great question, Amy. Any other questions? You guys have me at your fingertips. Any other questions? And what if you reached out to somebody before and they didn't give you a positive response, or maybe they said not right now? Then do you reach back out to them? Because you have to, when it comes on to sales, if you knock on the door one time, a lot of people get discouraged and they don't call back the person, or they don't text them back because they said no that one time. Do you know how many times my no's turn into yes? Always remember, a no is a maybe and a maybe is a yes. A no is a maybe and a maybe is a yes. I've had a lot of no's, and I've had a lot of no's that turned into yeses, and I've had a lot of maybes that turned into yeses, right, Chillian? So the no doesn't mean that
absolutely
not yes, absolutely. All right. Any other questions about how to expand and grow your business? I know we covered a lot tonight, but we have about 10 minutes, so I can leave time for some question and answer and some interaction. So I'm not the only one here talking. Any questions, thoughts, comments? All right. So the other thing, I know that some of you guys don't have, but daycare centers, those are great ways to you can approach a daycare center and say, hey, we want to recognize mom for Mother's Day. The other thing you could do, you could partner up with domestic violence shelters, and you can go in and pamper the moms. Of course, there are certain things you have to keep private. Cancer care centers. There's so many things that we can do to expand and grow our business. I mean, it's limitless. I'll just kind of mention some of the few. Have you gone into like a doctor's office and seen, and I think Chillian did this one time, put your catalog right there on the table, right? That can, you can use that to expand and grow your business. If you're at school, teachers appreciation is coming up. So you can go in, and I think Chillian, you were supposed to get back to me on this one.
You know, when you started talking just now, I remembered I did reach out to them, and I'm going to follow up.
Okay.
I did ask 2 persons, and they haven't given me an answer, but I'll follow up.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? It's not to look for anything, but it's to show women that we appreciate you, especially teachers. My aunt was a teacher, so going into the school and just have like a little table set up, and you could just do satin hands. You could have them in the lunch area where the teachers lounge, and just do satin hands, and you can have them enter for one of your raffles, right? Because we do have raffles and giveaways. So satin hands, and then you can do the hand cream. You could just do a little hand massage, and that's it. Simple as that. And so if it means that you got to take the day off to do that, go ahead and take the day off to go recognize some mamas. You never know. You could your salary could be made for that day if you're leaving your job, and you may get new potential team members from that as well.
And you were thinking of this for Teachers Day. Did the Teachers Day pass already?
Teachers Appreciation Week.
When is that?
That is, I believe it's coming up soon. I'll look back at the date, but I did post it.
Okay.
Hummingbird with the different dates.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah. If you go on WhatsApp and you just click the top of it and just click media links and docs, anything that I sent you guys, it's right there.
Okay.
All the pictures, etc. It should be in there. So you can go back and look at that. The other thing I learned that some people do at the bottom of their email, they put their business information as their signature. So they put their Mary Kay website, they put their Mary Kay phone number, and they put that information so that every time you send an email, it comes up with that signature at the bottom.
That's a great idea.
Yes, that is.
And we do it for corporate, but just never thought about it for my personal.
Exactly. One of the things I found the other day, which I did buy some cards, is if you have a new neighbor that moves in, you can give them like a welcome to the neighborhood card and probably put like a cute little sample in there for them. And so if you know a realtor, you can even partner up with her and like a card in there and give them like a packet, because I'm trying to remember if it was when I moved into my apartment, there was a packet with like a bunch of different local stuff and I didn't know the neighborhood. So I appreciated that. So talk to a realtor. If you have any realtor friends, call them and say, hey, do you give your new clients like a welcome package? And you could include like a pampering session, a gift certificate in there, Mary Kay gift certificate. And that is one way you can expand and grow your business as well.
I get a question. I've thought about this before I asked you, but I never followed up on my end. I'm part of this next door thing on it's an app, next door, and all the surrounding places that I live, the Pines, Rainberry Bay, and I don't know how to put it like so that I can post it like that I sell Mary Kay, because there's tons of them around here. There's at least 5. Some of them are more upscale than others, but I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not good at how to put this. I don't know what to say on that.
So you're not sure about the wording.
Yeah.
Is there a limit as to the amount of wording you can use?
No.
No.
Not for next door. I mean, I don't think so. People put a lost dog, lost cat. They ask questions like, who do you go to for a carpenter for a good price? Who do you that type of thing.
Okay.
So I'd love to put something, but I don't even know where to begin. I'm very bad at this.
Okay, and what I would do, I would just keep it brief. You don't want to go into too much detail, but tell them exactly what you do. You teach, or you could say skincare and cosmetic. A lot of people know about Mary Kay already. So hi, my name is Amy Wendell, and and we can go over that as well, the wording. Just put something out there and pray over it. God will send you the women. Remember Moses, he's like, I can't go to Pharaoh because I don't know what to say. Yeah, he's like, I don't know what to say. And God's like, listen, don't worry about that. Just be obedient. And it's the same with me.
Right. I never put that ad in. I have the Whispering Pines. I got to put in a quarter page. I want to do that for, I can't do it for May. Yeah, I can. I can, if I do it by April 25th, I can do next month.
Well, why don't we do that, Amy? You said you can do it by the 25th.
No, but I don't even know what to write. And it's just so, I don't.
Well, I'll give you something basic, and then you can take it and tweak it if you want to.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, a lot of times, just like you hear Amy, a lot of times we overthink things, and you could do something incorrect with the right attitude and still be successful. Because guess what? I remember one of my parties, my best parties I did, I forgot the eye cream. I forgot the plates, to put the samples on. Guess what? I improvised. I cut up. I said, do you guys have any paper plates? I cut up some paper plates. I put the samples on that. I mentioned the eye cream, and my sales were through the roof. And I think I got like 3 or 4 team members from that particular party. So a lot of times we overanalyze things, but find opportunities, find 1 or 2 and take that and run with it. Don't try to do everything that I mentioned tonight, because you're going to get stressed and confused. Find 1 to 2 ideas. If you say, I'm going to do the restaurant for Mother's Day, I'm going to do baskets and Post-it, stick with that, right? Just those 2. If you say, I'm going to do 3 different price ranges for Mother's Day, I'm going to do a $50 basket, $100, a $200, do that, stick with it. Like, keep it simple, sweetie. KISS, keep it simple, sweetie. Do not overanalyze this. You have so many opportunities to expand and grow your business. Somebody I remember mentioned on the plane, they put their catalog in the plane pocket, right? So if you're traveling, you can stick it in there, but just always have something on you. Stick it in the plane pocket. So be strategic when you're going out. When you go into the bank, do you go to the same teller? If you go to the grocery store, find somebody that you always know and they recognize you, and get to know them, and they could be your future customer or your team member. You never know. So those are just different ideas, different strategies. Hopefully this was helpful tonight to help you guys expand and grow, because I want to see you grow in your business. I want you to be able to reach out to others. We have 2 minutes, and you guys can ask me any questions you want to before we get into our pampering session tonight. Any questions? I do have a ton of stuff here. I mean, I didn't even go from this list tonight. This is 100 ways, 100 ways to grow your business. 100 ways. I didn't go use this tonight, but these were things that I've used, but it has like a bunch of different ideas here. One thing they said is conduct skin surveys. So that's when you just ask people bridal fairs. I mentioned that. Birthday leads. Who is having a birthday this month? You could do a free pampering with them. Professional women. Who are some professional women that you know? You could tell them, we're pampering professional women for the month. So these are just different tools that you can utilize. So did you guys hear anything from tonight that you think you may want to try? Yeah, 1 minute.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody's answer, but I will.
Great, Amy. Chillian, was there anything that you heard tonight that you think you want to try new, or did you want to you're sticking with what you're already doing, which I think you're.
Oh no, there quite a bit. I definitely will. I like the idea of putting the signature on the email.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely going to be more active at the events, like Amy said, really targeting some of those events.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely. Yep.
So Marie, I know you're in Atlanta. Because I don't know Atlanta, obviously, but are there like any events like once a month that you may know that's coming up that you can go there and maybe you and Natalia can share or partner up just to meet people?
Yeah, the ones we do have, it's on Saturdays. The Saturdays, they normally have things downtown,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm working those Saturdays,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have to pair with Natalia to see if they have things on Sundays. Sundays I'm off.
Oh yeah, they usually do have events on Sunday.
Yeah, so we'll have to pair up together.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's Mother's Day coming up, the churches and stuff like that. Target the churches, to see if the mothers in there need stuff. Yeah, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure they have things on Sundays where I can I'll have to pair with her so that we can see what's going on.
Awesome. Yeah. And you know what? You have to put it out there. You're not gonna know until you try. And so Mother's Day, that's when the most cards are bought and flowers, right? So yeah. I mean, people love their moms. People love moms. The men, they will spend on the moms. They're like, how much is it? As soon as they start, how much is the basket? They will say, and I remember one guy, he was like, I told him the basket was 50. He's like, no, I could spend more than that on my mom. And he ended up buying like over 200 and something dollars on his mom.
Oh, wow.
Right. So that's what I'm telling you. Guys especially will spend on their mom, but moms, Mother's Day, this is a great way to get new customers, to get not just the people that they're buying it for, but the people that are actually purchasing. I usually give the guys a gift as a thank you if they spend over 40. So now not only is mom getting some, mom's going to reorder, the person that's purchasing is going to reorder as well. And so that is kind of how I utilize Mother's Day. But ladies, this is like the best time to perfect your skills and get new customers. All right, so we are going to get started, and make sure if you don't see any of your, I'm just making a note, any of your girls on, make sure you get them. Come on, come on, come on. We are about to showcase how we can take care of our skin when it comes on to taking care of sunscreen, protecting your skin. And I'm going to show you all the amazing stuff that Mary Kay has to help you take care of your skin tonight. And we like for this to be interactive. So if anybody has anything they want to share about what they're using from Mary Kay that helps them, then we're going to give you that opportunity to share as well. If you are a guest, we're going to make sure that you put your name in the chat and say who invited you. And if not, if you are a consultant only and you're not using some of this stuff, this is education for you as well to make sure that you are protecting your skin. And so tonight I'm going to showcase just the importance of using things to protect your skin. So before we get started, I'm going to just show you. Let's see, this was the actual person. Okay, here she is. So there was a study done on this. I think this was the New England Journal. And this was a lady, she was a truck driver. Look at the left side of her face. So obviously she didn't use sunscreen, but the exposure, that side of her face was more exposed to the sun than the right side. Do you see the difference? That's why sunscreen is so important. And the picture is not shown here, but there's a picture of, here's another one that I have of this guy here. Let me share my screen. So this is another picture. This is what not wearing sunscreen, being exposed to the sun can do. It can cause aging, premature aging, right? And also, not only that, you can also get skin cancer. And so that's why I just thought it was important, because not everybody knows all the stuff Mary Kay has to offer. And guess what? It's not just for Caucasian, it's also for darker skin, bronze skin tones like myself, that we need to protect our skin from the sun, because if not, we can get skin cancer and we can also get discolorations as well. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we have. But before we do that, I'll just do a quick recognition. I'm not going to have anyone unmute themselves, but we're going to just recognize consultants. These are independent beauty consultants, and we're going to recognize them with an applause. They're ladies that said, you know what, I'm going to get my business started and get my 50% discount. If you are a beauty consultant, that is you. Put an applause in the chat. Second group of women, we're going to recognize our senior consultant. Senior consultant says, no, Kenisha, I'm not just getting that 50%, but I want to share the opportunity with somebody, at least one or two people. And so if you're a senior, we're going to have you put an applause in the chat. And then the next group of women, the third group, this is a big deal. This is what we call our red jacket ladies. And they actually do get a red jacket that they can flaunt, and they look extra special because they're in the top 5%. 5% of the company. So if that is you, go ahead, Chillian. Are you able to unmute yourself really quick and just say why you're excited, especially now, about red jacket and your next goal?
Sorry. Good night, everyone. Again, absolutely. Red jacket means leadership, taking a team with you. So you're not just advancing for yourself, but you are taking others who hopefully will become red jacket themselves and move on to have their unit. So that's fulfilling. That's a stretch goal for me. And that gets me excited, in addition to just being the type of person that I am in the corporate world. I never settle at one level. You always want to move up. You want to get to the pinnacle. So that keeps me going and keeps me excited. Go Red, go. Who will be the next red?
Whoop, whoop. All right, Amy Marie, we're calling you out. Natalia's not on. But what I love about being in red is that you get special training. So when you go to seminar, they have red classes. I mean, it is just incredible. And then of course, there's directorship, and that would be myself. And honestly, I'm having fun with it. It doesn't feel like work. I am having fun with it. I am excited. I get to see my girls. I get to celebrate with them. And especially when we go to seminar, we get to dress up. Oh my gosh, it is incredible. And Amy knows, because Amy has been there before, probably long before I was even a consultant. So she knows what happens at seminar. So she's excited, and it's even bigger and better now. So they usually pull out the stops. All right, without further ado, we're going to get into what we're going to do to protect our skin. So your skin is exposed to UVA, UVB rays. And so a best way to remember UVA causes, I always say aging. UVA, premature aging. UVB causes burns. And so what I like, when you go in the store, for example, you'll see some sunscreens that says, okay, protects you from UVA. And then another one says protects you from UVB. So I remember not knowing the difference. And so what I like about Mary Kay's product is that it's a broad spectrum. And what broad spectrum means is that it protects you from both. So who doesn't want to be protected from both the one that causes premature aging and the one that causes burns? And so we're going to go over some of the different options that Mary Kay does offer to help protect us, protect our skin. So I'm just going to show you this for now. And these, oh shoot, this is blurry, sorry. So I'm just going to show you some, this is a little blurry, so I'm not going to, let me zoom out. Anyway, I'm just going to mention it, and then I will show you guys on my own. This is, they don't have this anymore, but this was the sunscreen that we have, which is SPF 50. I think they were saying there was some ingredient that damaged the coral reefs. And so Mary Kay is all about the environment. So they actually don't have this anymore. But we do have the day cream. And let me show you. So that's the day cream. That's the one for men. That's the CC cream, the primer, Welcome Thai. And that's the Sun Care Lip Balm, which it's a limited edition. So usually when they have it, by the time they get it, it's gone, and then they sell out of it, and then they'll come back with it another quarter. So that is just one of the options. So how do you protect your skin from the sun? And if you're not going outside, if it's, say you live up north and it's not a sunny day, do you still wear sunscreen? This is the train to the next station is. Janet, did you want to say something? I know I asked a question, so you guys could feel free to chime in.
Yep,
yes, we do put sunscreen on.
Yes, absolutely. Correct, Janet, and correct, Chilean. The other thing that people don't realize, when you are, okay, so say you're indoors, you're using the computer, you're using your cell phone, you're using your tablet, guess what you are exposed to? Yes, you're right. You are exposed to those UV rays, and you are exposed to blue light as well. So I'm gonna show you one of the first items that I actually use personally, and I'm gonna just share what it looks like. So one of my go-to, I love the foundation primer. So not just to protect your skin, but I love the fact that the primer allows my product to go on smoothly on my face. If you do have any lines, the primer helps to fill those cracks in. And guess what? If you just want to put the primer on alone by itself, that's up to you, because it has SPF 15 in there. So it does give you a little bit of coverage. And guess what it says? Broad spectrum. So remember I said, whatever Mary Kay, whatever product you're using to protect yourself, you want to make sure it says broad spectrum. And this directly says it on the tube, broad spectrum. You just need a little bit. Anybody else on here uses the primer? If you're not using the primer, you are missing out. Do you see my skin? Do you know that I have not touched my makeup all day because I didn't have time? Between going to the office, taking my daughter to a therapy appointment, running home, grabbing something to eat really quick, I have not touched my makeup. I locked myself out of my car, my Mary Kay car. So I had to have, but anyway, besides the point, what I'm telling you is I used the primer and that helped to keep my makeup in place. But also I knew I was getting protection from the sun because they have SPF, and also from the computer and the tablets. So that's one. And you guys can feel free to jump in. Now, the other thing that I use, I love me my CC cream. You guys have heard me talk about this before. So I remember when I was going into the gym, let me just kind of pull this up so you can see what it looks like. You'll see some of the fun stuff. It talks about CC cream. What does it do? It is, can I tell you, this is one of the best products that Mary Kay has out there. It protects you, it brightens, so it also corrects skin tone. Did you guys know that? It minimizes redness, it conceals, it hydrates, it reduces signs of aging, it defends against the environmental stressors. So CC cream, if you have not used the CC cream, it is one of the go-tos, but also it is one of the products that Mary Kay has SPF in. And I'm actually at the point now where I think that I'm trying to, a Clinique, somebody that uses Clinique is coming to ask me because she wants to switch to Mary Kay. So no, I'm trying to find the right color, the right match for her to try. And so if you're not using the CC cream, ask your consultant, what is the right color for me so that I can start using it. But I personally use this underneath my foundation, or there are times I use this as a standalone tinted moisturizer. CC cream, one of my go-tos. So my color is deep. You got to find out which one is the right color for you, and I should be able to help match your color as well. So at sunscreen, again, guess what it says? Broad spectrum. So you don't have to worry if it's protecting you from UVA or UVB rays. All right, so the other item I'm going to show you is one of my all-time favorites. So this one, can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is one of my all-time favorites, the day cream. And yeah, I don't know why it does that. But the day cream has SPF 30. On your face, you can use SPF 30. You should not need anything else. There's some people that some companies will promise you, oh, it's SPF 100. You are wasting your money. If you have an SPF 30 up to 50, that is sufficient to protect yourself. And the day cream does have it in there. Do I use the day cream? Absolutely. And the nice thing about it is you don't need a lot. A little, I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. A little goes a long way. And where else do I use it? I do use it on my décolleté. We don't say necks because only turkeys have necks, but a little goes a long way. You do not need a lot. A little bit is enough. And we also have, so this one is for oily skin. We do have the one that's geared for dry skin. So if you have dry skin, you want to make sure you're using the one right for you. But this does have SPF 30. Now, if somebody does not want to use the day cream with sunscreen, that's totally up to you. We do have that as well. And the other thing about the sunscreen, oh, it smells so good. It has resveratrol and it has vitamin B3 in there in all the Miracle Set items. So if not only do you want protection, but you want to lighten or even your skin tone, this will do that because that's what the vitamin B3 does. It's a skin lightening agent. Because my twin, just to give you something that happened, my twin called me because she was using one other day cream, the older one, and she calls me, she said, does this, and she ordered this one, she said, does this have a skin lightening agent in there? I said, yeah, the vitamin B3, it helps with that. She said, yeah, because I've noticed a difference in my skin tone since I've been using it. So not only is it protecting you, but any unevenness, it will help with that as well. So, and then the resveratrol has antioxidants, so that helps as well, right? To fight against, because we need that protection all day long. Any questions, ladies? Any questions? All right, let me share my
I
screen.
have a quick question. The
Go
day
ahead.
cream you just showed, that's what you get with the, oh, that one. Sorry, I didn't know. Okay, sorry.
No, yeah, this is a
Misunderstood
different
where
one.
you're at.
Yes. Oh, you were going to ask about this one, huh? All right. So now this one, the day cream I showed you before, that is the one for mild to moderate signs of aging. If you have more of like a severe sign of aging, then I would recommend the Time-Eyes Repair. It also has SPF 30. And also this one also has plant stem cell extract. So you will notice the anti-aging effects a little bit quicker than just with the 3D. So both of them do protect you from the sun. You have to figure out which one works better for you. Do I use one? Yes, this is actually the one that I use. Let me just stop share really quick. This is actually the one that I use, but I have used this in the past. So if it's up to you, you can alternate, or you can just stick with one, stick with the repair line if you have more like advanced signs of aging, or if you're over a certain age, right? This goes up until age 40 to 45, and beyond that, then you can do that, or you can start early on this one. My husband loves this one. He says it's nice and creamy. So this is the one that he has. He takes it, he has a car transport business, so he takes it on the road with him. All right. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this one. It's so encapsulated that when you press this, the product comes out in a little, you can't see it there, but it's a little circle. And when you get the last drop and open the container, nothing is in here. It's completely, it gets every last drop. It's amazing how it does that. So you don't really have to open the top, just press this and it releases the product, and then you take that, apply it. You don't need a whole lot. And when it's done, it is done. Right, Janet says true. Right, Janet? I'm one of those that will scrape and dig and get the last
I did
drop.
that. I did that. I tried to do that and nothing was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Ty
Okay,
was
you
saying
said
that,
it before. You said it. Yeah, you said it before in a previous meeting, and I said, let me see. There has to be some lead back in there.
don't worry, listen, if there's any last drop, I'm one of the ones that will get in there and get the last drop. So I have to tell you, that's one of my my favorite things to do. All right. And last but not least of our sun care items, we don't want to forget the guys. We got the guy hookup. I did have a guy that asked me if we have any. I mean, even my brother-in-law uses it on his, he has a bald head. He uses it on there because, you know, especially when you're fair skin, you're at higher risk of developing skin cancer. So you have to protect yourself. So my sister makes sure that he has this, and he wears it on the top of his head as well as on his face to make sure he's protected. And it's actually SPF 30. And guess what it has on it? Broad spectrum. Broad spectrum. So the guys do get that protection as well. All right. Any questions about the SPF for the guys? And their stuff is usually cheaper. Any questions? All right. So last but not least, and I did mention the let me see, what is this one? Oh, here it is. So you guys can see what it looks like in real life. I made sure I had all the pictures so I can show you. Okay, I don't know why the pixel is like this when I maximize it, but that's what the MK Men looks like, and it has SPF 30. So it is something you can use to market. Let them know that it has SPF 30, because then they don't have to go and buy 2 different sunscreens or 2 different moisturizers. Last but not least, if you did expose yourself to to the sun and you do get burned, can I tell you, this is the best replenishing. I think Ty can probably talk on this a little bit. Maybe type it in the chat.
Yes, it is fantastic. I going to the beach, traveling, cruising. Now that everyone's getting up and doing more, that is fantastic. Also good for razor burns or anything like that. I mean, it is amazing. It cools the sunburn, and turns it into a tan really quick. I'm fair skinned, so yes, as Kanisha goes, it's the bomb diggity.
Yeah, it's called the After Sun Replenishing Gel. And I remember my sister-in-law, she went in the sun and she got burned, and she just so happened to be visiting, and I gave her one, and she, next thing I know, she did a post on Facebook, because this also has aloe in there. And so if you get sunburned, it can soothe it. And it is, I mean, it lasts a long time. And my husband, he was working on the truck, and of course, he didn't put on any sunscreen. He was so burned that he could barely move his arms. I mean, it was painful. And so I said, and this is actually his. So I said, don't worry, I do have something. And this, it's like a soothing effect. Like Ty says, you can use it after you shave as well for razor burns. But the guys, there's also one for the guys. The guys have a soothing gel where if they if they shave, they can put it on and it soothes it. And then this one all over your body, if you have any burns anywhere else, then you can go ahead and utilize this as well. So I wanted
Kanisha, can I say the men's soothing after shaving gel? My husband was shocked. It did not burn. It did not irritate his skin. It actually soothed it. So it's also a very good product.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ty, for sharing. And we're going to just do a quick review of what we covered tonight, because I want to make sure that, you know, we are taking care of ourselves. And I get to see, remember, I'm before Mary Kay, I work as a physical therapist, and I still do. So now I get to see some of the patients that I may be the one that's identifying some of those spots, because we learned in school to differential diagnose. And I've had to refer people to the dermatologist, and they came back and said it was cancer. And so why don't you try to prevent that? Don't wait till it gets to that point. And not just the cancer, but the premature aging. I mean, 20 years from now, I want people to look and say, oh, is that your sister? You know, telling my daughter that. So hopefully, you know, well, not hopefully, it is going to happen 10 to 20 years from now. My skin's going to still be looking good because I protected my skin from the sun. And because of that, not only am I going to be, you know, minimizing my risk of developing skin cancer, but also burning and causing premature aging, right? And so quick review, I featured the SPF 15 primer, not just to protect you from the sun, but it is amazing to put on before you apply foundation. It fills in any lines that you may have and really gives you that flawless finish. So that was the first item I showcased. The next one is the CC cream. Love the CC cream. My color is deep. And so find out from your consultant what the color is. This has SPF 15 in there, but it helps to correct. It also helps to even out your skin tone. If there's any redness, it helps with that. I personally use it as a base before I apply my foundation. So if you're just doing a quick run on the road, it is something that you can use. But again, it's more like a natural look because it is a tinted moisturizer and again protects you from the harmful rays. Next thing I featured, maybe I'm out of order here, but I'm going to show you what we did. We talked about the day cream. The day cream does have is SPF 30. It has resveratrol, vitamin B3, and this one is geared for people with combination to oily skin. But if you have dry skin, we do have something for you as well. And this has SPF 30. You do not need a lot. If you see anything that they say it's SPF 100 and they're charging you a lot of money, SPF 30, I mean 100, you're wasting your money. SPF 30 to 50, that's sufficient to give you that protection that you need. And this also has a skin lightening agent, which is vitamin B3. and also resveratrol is in this as well. So those are some goodies. Next thing I featured, the day cream, which is the Time-Rise Repair line for people with moderate to severe signs of aging. Again, this is broad spectrum, SPF 30, and a little goes a long way. And I only use this in the daytime. Nighttime, I didn't mention, but we do have stuff for nighttime, but we're focusing on just SPF protection, sunscreen protection. So this has SPF 30, and again, a little goes a long way. A jar like this could last a good 2 to 3 months. And last but not least, we didn't want to forget the guys. And so for the guys, we do have the Advanced Facial Hydrator Serum, and it has SPF 30 in there. And again, a little goes a long way. So if you see the size of that, you don't need a whole lot. A little bit is enough. And my brother-in-law uses it on the top of his head. So if you have someone that has a bald head, they can put it up there as well, because they do need that protection. And last but not least is, and I hope this will leave you guys educated as well. This is not just so, okay, this is what I'm going to purchase. You can be educated on that. Is the Aftercare Sun Replenishing Gel. So if you spend some time in the sun and you made a oopsie, or you made a mistake, or you got burned, this is a great item to have on your shelf. So that this is actually my husband's bottle, and you can use this to help soothe that burn, because it does have aloe in there as well. And those are the items that we are featuring tonight, ladies. You can talk to your consultant about the pricing, because there has been a price change. So, and they're not expensive, because when you divide the price by how long it lasts, it is really minimal. And guess what? You are protecting the largest organ in your body, and that is the skin. The skin is the largest organ. So if I were you, I would spend that time taking care of your skin, not neglecting you, because guess what? You're going to be the best person to do that, to take care of yourself. All right, any questions about what we showcased tonight? I hope I didn't go too fast. This is being live streamed, so you can always go back and look at it, so that if you don't remember, you can always go back and review and refresh your memory, so that you can talk to others about what we offer. And last but not least, any questions, thoughts, or comments?
No, but thanks for sharing. I didn't know about the UVA and UVB. I just thought UV period.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chillian. Yeah, and even people that live up north, they think that if the sun is not out, that they are not exposed as well. But guess what? You are exposed, even if it's not directly shining on you. Just that reflection, even if it's hitting the snow, that can still come on and affect you as well. So you got to make sure you're protected. And I didn't show tonight. I do have it. The lip balm. There is a lip balm. I have a guy who has something on his lip, and he said to me, he said, do you have anything to like with SPF and a lip balm? And guess what? I do have, I think I have like a few in stock, but they occasionally will come out with those where they do have the lip balm with SPF in there. So that's another way to protect yourself as well. Thank you, Chillian. And last but not least, I'm just going to share really quick. I believe in sharing the opportunity at all costs. Before Mary Kay, I did share, I was a physical therapist, still work as a physical therapist, but I love the fact that I was able to sprinkle in my Mary Kay, meet amazing women, and also the hope that Mary Kay offered, the hope that whatever dream you have in your heart, it doesn't have to stay there. It gives you the opportunity to take risks, because how many people know that you're only going to grow when you take risks in your business, take risk in like maybe you have an idea about something and you don't know where to start. Maybe you're scared, but Mary Kay has taught me that you never know until you try. And so what I mean by try is, as a Mary Kay consultant, we now have an opportunity to start at $30. So if you say, Kenesha, back in the day was $100, you can't afford that $100. That's a reason why you should start, because for $30, you can actually get a website, you get a credit card processing for a year, you get access to back office, you get apps that allows you to sell at any time, you have marketing tools, customer service, online education for only $30, you guys. I mean, and guess what? I think it's gonna end in June. I'm praying that it doesn't, but that's the last month that they're gonna offer the $30. So anybody that you know, you probably want to share this with them and let them know this is gonna expire pretty soon. Second option is the e-start and the full starter kit. I got the starter kit, but I didn't have the e-start when I started. But for that, you get over $500 and something worth of products. And these are full-size stuff. So some of the stuff I showcased tonight, the CC cream, the 3D skincare, you get that in this full-size products. And so for that $130, you get this products, you get the website, and you get credit card processor. And then last but not least, you do have a sample pack add-on where you can add on the $45 sample pack to any of the ones that you choose. So $45 to add on and get samples. It is an amazing price, Ty. And I can tell you, I spent $100 and I've made way more since I started my Mary Kay business. For the $100, I get personal growth. I get spiritual growth. I get to include God in my business, take him as my business partner. The Mary Kay's philosophy is God first, family second, career third. And I believe in that. I have seen it present in my business. The diamonds, I'm about to earn the second diamond ring with Mary Kay. And I never really, for me, it's just something tangible to show another woman that we can do it too. You don't have to have a scarcity mindset. I mean, life is at your fingertips. You can expand, you can grow and take advantage. This necklace was from Mary Kay. This is just one of the necklaces and one of the gifts that I've gotten. The trips, like you have an opportunity to travel. Tax season just ended, right? We have over 32 legal tax write-offs. And I love the fact that having a home-based business allows me to get those tax write-offs. But there's so much other opportunities like the free car, insurance costs. Somebody said insurance price is going up. And I actually smiled and I said, God, I thank you so much because Mary Kay is paying my insurance, 85% of my insurance. And what I'm paying is minimal to what they're paying. And also the free car. Have you seen the price of cars lately? What if you had a car, you didn't have a car payment? What would you do with that extra money? You can just put it in the chat. What would you do with that extra money? Extra $500 a month, just, not having a car payment. And if you don't want the car, Mary Kay says, you know what? Okay, here's the money. Get whatever car you want or do whatever you want with that money. And so these are just some of the opportunities that we do have. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Be inspired. I know some of the consultants came on a little bit late. If you haven't registered for seminar, register tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day to register. We directors were able to start registering today. And I already did. I'm so excited. But tomorrow consultants can register. And if you went to career conference or if you registered for career conference, you get a discount. And also when you register, they usually give you back money towards your products. I think it's like $45 towards your next order. So you're saving money, you guys. And the training you're going to get is phenomenal. I did show a video. I'm going to see if I can copy that link and share it with you guys again in the chat so you can see what seminar is all about. But you get to be a fairy. It's like fairy tale. You get dressed up, you get dolled up. We do have awards night. I mean, women get to go on stage to pick up their diamond rings, stage call, you get to pick up your car. I mean, it is just incredible. The training, the food, it includes your lunch. And one of my famous places to go is Ellen's Kitchen, right, Ty? I don't know, Ty, we went one year, right? Ellen's Kitchen is like a Southern restaurant that they probably like have the chicken in the backyard. And anyway, the food is amazing, right? It's a Southern breakfast place.
Yes.
Yes, and Ty can.
It's an awesome opportunity. I have goosebumps just you talking about it. I can't wait to go.
Oh, you see? And guess what? If you want to take your hubby, take him. If it's his first time, if he, take him so he can see what it's all about. He can understand, because when he's sitting there and he's seeing those women picking up their $1 million plaques or they're retiring and just say how they were able to retire their husbands, he's going to want to be on board and he's going to be telling the world about your business. So I hope tomorrow I'm going to be seeing the chat blow up with people that get registered for seminar. And don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just declare it and say, I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to get there. But even if it means I got to walk to Texas, I'm going to walk to Texas and get there. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you had a great evening. We're going to do our, I'll do the raffle after because, you know, I'm behind with that. So I don't want to take up your time, but we're going to do the raffle after. And when you're one of the winners, you will get your gift in the mail. Congratulations, you guys. Chillian, Janet, Ty, thank you for being on. And the other ladies who were on earlier jumped off. Thank you for being on. Have a wonderful evening and dream big.
Thank you, Kenisha. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
You are welcome.